Hello, this is Keeping It Real Film Podcast. Each week we talk about a movie we're hosting a viewing party for that week. My name's Luke.
My name's Mitchell.
My name's Matt.
I'm Dylan.
And my name's Robert.
Everyone's invited, so it's hosted at Glassworks on every Monday, and if you want to get involved, message us on our social media for more information.
Should be here or in the link.
In the description. That's what it'll be linked in the description.
Yeah.
So what did we watch this week, Mitch?
This week we watched Baby Driver by Edgar Wright.
Yeah, and that was my film choice because we're doing 10 films and we're each picking 2 films each.
Yep.
So we'll say what each of our films are as well. Our choices. So I picked this and Hunt for the Wilder People.
I picked Requiem for a Dream and Sin City.
I picked Fight Club and Hacksaw Ridge.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah.
Okay. I chose Inception and Whiplash.
And I chose The Green Mile and Logan.
Now, because this is social media, we're trying to use we're using it, trying to have to use it in interesting ways, kind of. So we're using it to promote people to come to our viewing party. So hopefully it should be shown on the video somewhere. But this week we took pictures of us all in the Baby Driver outfit, I guess, and did some Instagram posts and invited people to our Facebook event for it. So everyone, what's your initial impressions of Baby Driver?
Good. Well, no, I'd say probably like 1 up from good.
Short and sweet.
What up?
Short
Good.
and sweet.
Is that great?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Could
great.
be great.
Yeah,
I thought it was amazing.
could be great. Thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Until recently, probably the best film that came out this year.
What? Why? What was the other one?
Lady
You mean
Bird.
last
Lady
year?
Bird.
You mean
Last
year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're only 18 days in, so we're
Yeah.
used to saying.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway.
Robert, what do you think?
I thought it was good. I wouldn't say it was the best film in 2017.
That's alright.
I could
There's other
agree there.
films that came out that
It was a
were
good
better. Like,
summer movie.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Timed
Sounds
quite
like
well.
So we're going to be judging a film on narrative, actors / characters, music and editing. That's going to be unusual for most. Would you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe editing we'll talk about more in this one especially, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
But so basically, the plot of Baby Driver is this getaway driver he doesn't want to be in the business, but he has tinnitus and he uses music to drown out the sound. Tinnitus, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
simple.
Can
No.
say more on the
No,
plot.
no,
Does
just,
that want to?
It's-
Well, yeah, and obviously because of that, tinnitus and him using the music, the songs used within the film play like quite a huge role. It's sort of like how like Guardians of the Galaxy sort of set
Yeah,
the tone
they're-
for films.
they're
like
very
that.
like the same kind of vein of like same style horror, really, isn't it?
Whereas like the music takes more of like a foreground role and is like not in the background as much. It plays a more important part within the plot.
The film, I'm pretty sure the songs were decided before the film. So it was one of them films where I think for a change it was they based plot around the film,
Yeah.
which is quite interesting. I would say, although I think the plot is probably one of the weakest parts of the film, as in it's good, but it's more a character film. Yeah, it's a simple film.
plot.
It's a simple plot. Sorry. Yeah.
You see it all over the place. You know, a lot of films do that type of plot. You know, someone has to be in crime. You know, they want to get out of it. It's seen a lot. You know, you can even see it sometimes in Fast and Furious, which
Yeah,
can
but
be
then-
seen as in some way. You think about car films. What's the first thing you think of a car film? You think Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
And
Talking
a lot of it,
Nah.
Picture.
Fast and Furious 4, Fast and Furious 5, that's all about them trying to get away
Well,
from
yeah, I'd
it.
say more it's
It's all about
it's
making
probably
an order.
more like so like getting in with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Characters. So you have Ansel Elgort as Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's quite well. I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. I think he was. I think he because he's a singer, so that's why he got picked as well because it's very musical. And what's the other thing I was gonna say? Don't remember.
That's
Oh, I know. The song he auditioned was Easy. Good to see something new. Off by that. Little fact you there. Dropping facts. That's what I'm doing. Good.
Who did you Google that one from?
Don't remember, but it's true. An interview with Edgar Wright, I think. Let's go with that.
Alright,
yeah?
If we can find that interview, probably will go in the description.
Yeah, we'll
as
link
well.
loads of things. Yeah, everyone have an experience.
If not,
It's not
Google it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if it's not in the description, it'll probably be like posted on social media.
Yeah. Of course, a love interest, Deborah, played by Lily James.
Fantastic actress.
Favourite of that.
Is great.
John Hamm, who is, I feel like you don't realise how big of a character, a role he's going to play in the film until it develops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's kind of, are we going?
It's a bit of a throwaway character to begin with.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be like the John Berthel character. How he's in it like for 10-15 minutes. Then he's never in it again.
He's pretty useless.
He's good.
There's actually a, I think, on Cinema Blends, there's one of the posts is if his character died or not.
Well, I think
You're
that's
not shown it.
I think
but
it's just kind of like you would assume so, right? It's like if you don't see
Are
me
we doing
because
are we
there
doing
is
literally
spoilers?
yeah, the film
Yeah.
came up.
I mean,
Yeah,
you got
come on.
blow up. I mean,
Basically,
No.
no, he
Alright,
fell
no,
onto a
it's-
car that was already on
Wait,
fire.
wait,
no,
wait,
no,
we're
I'm
talking about John Berthel.
I'm talking
Who are you
about
guys?
John
Not
Berthel's
John Hamm.
character.
Not
Oh
John
no,
Hamm.
he didn't die.
No, but it's insinuated
You don't
because
see
the
it.
last thing he says, if you don't see me, you should assume I'm dead. If you don't see me again, you should assume I'm
And
dead.
obviously later
This is the last thing he says.
later on in the film, JD, the guy that got the wrong masks in the I think
That's a good
second or third heist,
Second time.
Yeah.
he obviously got
Yeah.
killed as well. So
But that's because he left something behind, and it would have linked them back. So
Yeah.
So like, well, you never
Yeah,
know.
obviously, yeah. Anyway, Bats, played by Jamie Foxx, who we have a bit to say on.
Yeah.
I liked. No, we don't.
I
have a bit to say. I think, in terms of, from what I've heard from everyone that's seen it, he gets a bad rap for that. You know, you're meant to not like him.
I
He's
didn't
meant to be
think it was that
someone
bad.
you're meant to actually discuss because of the way he acts. He's the one that basically causes everything to happen in the end. He's the one that causes Ansel Elgort's character to go and kill him. Because he does. He kills the security guard next to the car, gets in, baby doesn't even want to drive away until the point where he gets hit on the head, and he purposely goes to kill him because it's such a bad character. And if it wasn't for him, the ending of the film wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that's the thing. Personally,
That's the thing.
that's not my problem with the character. I like
It's not
the
the character I'm
character.
problem with.
It's just the acting is a bit.
The acting.
Yeah, but I think that's the way he's meant to act. Clearly he's been told.
No,
All
no.
I'm gonna
Clearly he's
say
been
is,
told.
It were in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Alright.
Yeah, that's
He wasn't good.
not a bad
He wasn't-
film. You can't.
He wasn't good then. That's not just.
No, it's
What?
just some of the stuff he said I couldn't understand the way he was speaking.
Yeah.
It was like, what? What did he say?
I-
And I don't know, just some of the jokes didn't hit for me.
I think his character sort of, if you've seen the film Goodfellas, the main like bad guy in that, the sort of main mafia guy.
Yeah.
Is it Robert? I think it's Robert De Niro. Well, in pretty much every scene he's in, you're sort of on edge of it because you don't know what the character's gonna do.
Yeah.
Because they can be all right at some points, but then they can literally just be like the worst thing in the world for the main character. But you can just never tell. So I like that sort of unpredictability that comes along with his character. And I mean, I think the thing where you said you don't understand, I think it's supposed to seem like that because he obviously in the film it's shown that he doesn't really interact with people well.
Who doesn't understand what, sorry?
You know when you said that some things he said didn't land and stuff. Some jokes that he said.
Yeah,
Well, that's probably comes with the fact that he doesn't really interact with people a lot because pretty
No,
much
but I
everyone in the film he interacts with, he just seems like he doesn't like. them.
Yeah, but
He
I
wants to
think
kill them.
even in some
Effectively.
films, if someone says something like that's supposed to be funny for them and no one else laughs, we can still laugh. But I
Yeah.
wasn't. I just did, it was just like. But I got the point of his character.
I think he played the character very well
Yeah.
because I don't like him. And I still like the character.
Yeah, he's fine.
Right.
He's fine. But Yeah.
The views of Matthew don't represent keeping it real as a whole. Been out there.
And then we have Darling, who I'm going to butcher her name. Isa Gonzalez. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
It's either these or our eyes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh,
She's not going to watch
if
it.
she's watching this,
If she
offended by
watches
Matthew
this,
Senior
if
saying
she
about
watches
her.
this, I do apologise.
She won't.
I'll tweet us.
What can you do?
I don't.
Enjoyed her
I really
character. She wasn't loads
She
there.
would've
I
been-
mean, she's clearly the, you know, eye candy.
Oh
The
yeah.
eye candy.
I mean, there is
Well,
literally just a shot of her butt.
The character were a bit pointless. Like,
She's just basically a reason for John Hamm's character to just go mental. That's another thing.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
the pure reason.
She's
He
the,
goes all over.
she's
It's
the
like
type
a plot
of
device.
yeah. Well,
Sort
she's
of.
like the type of female character in a film that sort of uses her sexuality as a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like pretty much every time she speaks is sort of always in a certain voice, and like the way she like sits in the heist room is sort of it's not natural. It's always like leg up, like
Around
showing
John Hamm.
like some skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's sort of the role she plays, but it's not in like it's not in a sleazy way. It's more in just like I don't know,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
kind of.
And then the last, and let's leave. This is least at the moment. Kevin Spacey plays Doc.
Mm.
What do you think? You know, regarding the allegation. Talk about that in a minute. What do you think of him in the movie?
He's good.
I think he's
Probably
good in the film.
Great.
stand out actor in it.
Yeah.
I think
Very menacing, intimidating. I'll say toward baby.
very well cast.
I
Mm.
think he's been.
You like him, but you don't like him.
I don't hate
I
him.
hate to not like him anymore.
Yeah.
Because I love House of Cards.
Yeah.
Love Baby Driver.
Yeah.
And now it's just a bit.
So obviously, with the whole Kevin Spacey thing, he was part of the Me Too movement, I guess.
Yeah.
With us, which is it's kind of hard for us, you know, males to talk about it because obviously we're not in the position to. But it's kind of like come to light that it's not just females that have.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, it's more bigger percentage that we know of, but I'm sure there's other males that haven't come out and said this has happened. But Terry Crews did as well
Yeah.
with it as well. Any thoughts, guys, on that?
I don't want to say anything really.
I don't think I know.
I think
Well,
it's
I know.
tricky to talk about.
No, it is, but we,
I
you know,
mean-
you have to openly talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not.
No, I don't mean it's tricky to talk about that. I mean, we don't have to go through it as much as what women do every day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
With like cackle.
yeah, it's like, I feel like as much as it does happen to men, it's definitely more
Nowhere near.
female
Yeah. Yeah.
thing.
But then
But I think men need to be more aware of it as well.
this isn't me flipping it on its head. But do you think that men are, if it does happen, because obviously you hear that, you know, like these kind of claims, people are only just coming forward about this. But do you think because we're men and we're supposed to have this, you know, face of just get on with it,
Masculine.
yeah,
Yeah.
masculinity,
Yeah.
do you think they're even less likely to come out
Yes.
that it's happened?
Yeah. Probably say yeah.
Because I only know of
Yeah.
these two cases in regards to men that have come out.
I mean,
Or am I missing one? I don't know.
also in regard to what you said about them just coming out, I think there is a lot of it just in for money, which then takes away from the people that have
Yeah, of course.
actually
Of course.
affected by it.
But linking this back in social media, yeah. Do you think it's only just come out because of social media? Because people feel together on social media?
No.
No.
I think
The
the
thing is, just one or two people actually willing to go out and say this has happened, and people just following.
I think well, it might be because
Nope.
until that
Social
happens,
media slightly helps in the fact that there's a wider audience.
But if
But ultimately, it's the choice of the people to actually want to come out.
yeah,
It's
it is.
not because social media says you have to, or
No,
it's
no,
helping
no,
them.
no. I'm not
I think
saying that,
social
but I'm
media's
saying
made more awareness of it.
I'm saying if you say that, like it back in 10 years ago, or whatever, 20 years ago, because yeah, if you couldn't just say something and then you'd have a flood of people.
Yeah.
You didn't really have your own voice. Like if we were back then, we couldn't really, you know, it'd be like in a diary or something. But because you can tweet about it and share your thoughts with other people, you've got this group of people, and like if they can do it, I can too. But it's just easy to communicate with other people, isn't it?
I think social media like made people that weren't particularly famous more able to say about it.
Yeah,
Because
definitely
of the
that.
hashtag.
Definitely
you
that.
know,
Yeah.
because they see the role models coming out and going, yeah, it happened to me. I dealt with it this way or whatever way. It can't happen anymore. I think more people have been able to get.
Well, it might just be because
I don't want to say involved.
They
but
don't-
like that.
if before that they don't really know who to turn to, because obviously
Yeah.
if they're that big, it's just like, oh, this one person is like telling people this happened, they're just sort of gonna like brush it to the side probably, which isn't a good thing, because any sort of like thing like that should be taken seriously and looked into, but it probably does happen. But they probably feel that people grouping together, they kind of, it gives them a bit more power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power in numbers.
Exactly.
I mean, I think Golden Globe showed power in numbers as well. I mean,
Yeah,
them all dressed in
Definitely.
black.
Definitely.
Oprah speaks, yeah.
Yes. Right. Question I'll ask you, Dylan. Everyone else as well. Can you separate art from the creator? So, for instance, can you enjoy this movie knowing that Kevin Spacey's in it, or House of Cards, for example?
I mean, I don't think so.
You don't
Because
think?
I think I would have been able to like enjoy the movie anyways.
No, so just you can just. They're
I
not
mean,
the
it
same.
depends. It depends on the performance of the actors,
Yeah.
but like, I mean,
Just because I know a lot. Well, not a lot of people, but I know some people will be like, no, they've been in this. I shouldn't support what they're in because of what they've done, even though it's not real life, obviously.
Yeah, but his paycheck, the thing is with that, probably with this film, his paycheck's like, it's been signed, done, like, flipping checks gone through already, so it's not really going to affect, like, him getting anything more out of it, apart from probably, like, people recognising who he is, but now it's sort of like people recognise him for that instead of
True.
the film. So I, when watching the film, I didn't really think of it.
No.
It's more like I tried to block it out, and I did mostly. It's sort of, until like afterwards when you just sort of like think about it. But I don't know. I don't really like to let it ruin it, because then it's just like another thing that they've
No.
done
think
that
it's-
annoys me.
It's a bit different in the film than it is in House of Cards. Because House of Cards he plays an
No. Yeah.
important figure,
100%.
which then it sort of plays on your mind a little bit.
Yeah. Which
But
is a
I
bit.
think in this, he's not playing particularly a person in power, like in authority. So you sort of lean away from what he's done.
Yeah, but as well again, social media. He made his public
Yeah.
statement on social media. Back,
Yeah.
a few years ago, you'd be doing that to a newspaper
Yeah.
or an
Yeah.
interviewer. He's just put that on social media. So
I think a lot of people
it-
take influence from it
yeah,
in a
like-
way, because like you said, like if one person says something, I'm sure like the other person can do it as well.
yeah.
Because like there's sort of this like equality to it, so like.
What
yeah.
did you think about his post? He sort
Can't-
of tried to deflect it.
He said
by
he was-
coming out, which I didn't really.
He said
agree
he
with.
was going to rehab or getting help or something. I don't know.
See, I don't
It's-
think he tried to deflect it.
I don't. I
I
can't. I'm
think-
not.
I think it was taken out of perspective, him coming out, and then I think his publicist then used that to deflect it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, his brother did an interview about him, and he sort of deflected it as well. I don't think he personally has.
Right. Do you want to move on? Bit more light-hearted topic now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Too
so.
serious.
Yeah.
We
I got deep.
okay,
I got
we-
deep.
Too
talked
deep.
enough about that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. What do you want? What do you want to move on to? Your film analysis skills.
What do you mean? The character.
Yellow's pure.
Oh yeah. Can do. It'd be absolutely fine.
You go on to it.
I like some connotations.
Well, no, actually, let's talk about the music editing.
Okay, right. So when I first watched this movie, to be honest, I say it's like one of my favourite movies. That was actually the second time I ever watched it.
Really?
No,
I went to the movie. Like honestly, out of any film last year, even like Last Jedi, that was the film I was most excited for, and it exceeded my expectations.
See, I heard all the songs in it before,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I did too. Yeah,
I went to the cinema to watch a different film.
yeah.
It wasn't on at the time we went. Baby Jam was on, so we went to watch that.
Mm.
A couple of weeks later, I went to see the thing that we went to watch before, and honestly, I can say Baby Jam was a million times better.
Yeah. What did you see? What did you not
I
remember?
cannot remember.
That bad. That bad.
It was a small film. It was a small film.
It was probably like a film.
So I was telling Mitch about it, maybe as well, that there's been two films that have like kind of like affected how I've kind of definitely listened to music, and it's been this film and Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think it's got that good of a soundtrack, and I forgot how much music is in it. Like it goes from scene to scene. The song finishes, carries on with a new song, like straight into it. Which I think they did it for the first like 20 minutes, 25 minutes maybe. I don't know exactly.
Well, not just with the songs, but what I really like is the moments when he goes back to his house with Joe, and then he's like scrolling through the telly, and you see like the Monsters Inc. thing where he like mentions that their friendship's important, and then it's referenced throughout the film.
Yeah.
It shows sort of how much like media can affect like day-to-day life, like quoting stuff on a daily basis and stuff.
And it was this. I don't know if you noticed at the start when it had all the like graffiti as well, when it had said the lyrics. I thought that was really cool, and that must have a lot of time and precision to get it exactly right.
I think the beginning part's more like a music video than it is like the start of a film.
It sort of it harkens back to sort of Hollywood musical type things where things are in the shot that normally in other films wouldn't be, because it would break the illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's
Right,
something that's done
Definitely not
quite a
really.
lot in
It's
music.
not a realistic film. Definitely not. It's more. You know what I mean?
I
It's
don't think you realise how much.
It's not based in reality, kind of. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's more a fun film. Like you can just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
But
Because the other films.
what I have noticed is you don't realise how much it sort of shows like old Hollywood films, like from like probably the 50s up to like 80s, because you have, I'm going back to characters a bit here, but you have sort of his character, which is like the young sort of baby.
Yeah. Just say it.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, being a bit vague. You have him, he's sort of like the stereotypical hero with the love interest.
Yes.
And then you're like following them on their journey, but then you have Buddy and Darling, which are like the Bonnie and Clyde type characters, and then you have Bats, which is sort of like this typical like hard man mafia guy. So I find that quite interesting. And then you see also within that one scene in the film when it's like black and white and they're wearing sort of like I Love Lucy sitcom type like clothing, especially him. He's sort of, I think in that scene he was modelled after James Dean.
Yeah.
He's not been older no way.
I find that quite interesting to look at.
Yeah. Quick.
And it shows that Edgar Wright knows what he's doing with films and can reference a lot of stuff.
Like especially behind the scenes thing, like they were saying, like it was they only had the one camera because they knew exactly what they were going to get each time.
Because they
planned it so far.
Shots,
yeah. Quick fire round. If you've got an answer, what's your favourite song in the movie?
I like that soundtrack. The entire thing. I can't.
I quite like Bell Bottoms or Harlem Shuffle and Egyptian Reggae. All good.
I can't pick one.
Right, you know what? Let's get rid of that question.
But I'd say maybe Easy.
Yeah, I like the other version. I didn't.
Nice
little touch there.
I think there's a video on YouTube of it as well. will be in the description if you can find it.
You're giving us a lot more work to do, aren't you?
Yeah, I know.
That's fine.
It
that's
may
fine.
be in the
Just link it,
description.
it's fine.
For people that leave stuff late,
Okay.
we're making more work.
Alright. Anyway, let's move on.
Yes, it's done well. Right, do you want to talk about your thing this
What
time?
Oh yeah. So
Alright.
within the film, colour is quite important, like within the sort of mise en scène background of like the shots, especially in the laundromat when it's oh my god, what I forgot. Oh yeah, Deborah and Baby. You
Two
see,
songs in it called Deborah.
there's so it's blue, red, and yellow, and I think blue and red are mainly used for the other people that are on the high side, Buddy, Darling, Bats, and all that.
Yeah.
Especially Bats with red, definitely, because it shows sort of anger and violence, I think. And
Sounds about right.
yeah, well, you know, we're using connotations here.
connotation.
And then
yeah.
there's the bit when Deborah and Buddy go Buddy?
I don't know, Baby or Buddy?
Deborah and Baby go out for a
Buddy.
meal and she's wearing a yellow dress, and that's because it's shows like the freedom of the road, like how you get what's it? You know I forgot what they call it.
Signs.
Yeah. And like the things in the middle of the road that sort of like separate the
Yeah.
lanes. I think in the film there's a point where they're yellow instead of white. There may be, I'm not sure. But yeah, that shows the like open road type aspect. And Baby's always, I think, a lot in the film shown wearing white, which shows innocence.
His top colour starts from white and gradually gets darker throughout the film, to show how like
Character.
to show that his how deep he's got into the
change.
Yeah.
How far he's willing to go.
exactly.
To protect Deborah.
Lovely, adorable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Adorable. Editing as well. I mean, it's been nominated for Golden Globes for sound editing, and
I think so.
it's
I mean,
brilliant.
In all Edgar Wright's films, yeah,
It's a big part.
The editing,
It's just such a unique style.
it's so good.
Any words you got? Anyone?
No, not really. It wasn't nominated for editing for Golden Globes. It was
No?
only Best Actor.
I think
Best actor.
mainly this type of film is probably going to win awards at like stuff like the MTV Movie Awards. and
Yeah,
stuff
it's
that-
not-
that's
Yeah.
more. It's more popular because I think Golden Globes and sort of like Oscars and stuff is more like art.
Golden Globes isn't as much. I think
That's
The
not it's more
Oscars are.
writing.
I mean,
the
let's face
Oscars
it,
are.
Golden Globes are pretty much poor man's Oscars.
Yeah, but the Oscars are always so serious. The films, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are the best one. That's the only thing that gets on my nerves. And they're all so serious, and you have to watch them. It's like the only film where I don't even know if films are nominated this. Well, that
I think Oscars.
Yeah.
Oscars.
Late.
Is that gone? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think Oscars more show people stories,
Yeah,
Yes.
they're more true.
like they're more drama based.
Yeah.
Like Moonlight shows that with that winning Best Picture last year.
If Ladybird don't win.
I didn't.
If Three Billboards wins and Ladybird
I didn't
doesn't.
agree with last year's winner though. Either of them that were told they'd won it. I mean,
But anyway, going back to that topic, why do we think a film like this probably wouldn't be represented as much at the Oscars, but more would be at like smaller award shows that sort of
Wait.
do you, like.
I think the main reason for the Oscars will be Kevin Spacey. I think
Well,
that'd be
don't
the
we like?
main reason.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Well,
I
do-
don't think it's that. I think it's
I don't think it would win
because you've got to
anyway.
look at a plot in regards to the Oscars, and this is the weakest part is the plot. So they'll look and be like, yeah, it's great editing, but they'll be like,
No,
where's
I wouldn't say that. Like
the story's repeated quite a lot in terms of not that exact story, but ultimately in films you see a similar plot line in a lot of films.
Two people
So
on
that-
the run.
Yeah. So they'll look and be like, yeah, great. You know, the only thing they'll get nominated for is sound and editing, and even then, editing they probably won't win it. It'll be something
Well,
else.
I think it's more because obviously with MTV and stuff, it's people vote for it
Yeah.
Yeah.
instead, whereas Oscars is voted for by a board. And let's be honest, if you look online, most of the board is white, middle-aged or old men. There's some women on
Okay.
it, but not enough.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think the views definitely show that. Whereas like MTV and stuff. It's more of a
it's more like a
target
teenage like type of.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's social media is used
Yeah.
to vote on it.
Yeah.
So I think personally, award shows like that are more a reflection on like society and popular culture rather than sort of what could be classed as like high culture in a way,
Yeah.
True.
kind of.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Good.
Right, so is that it? Any final talk about the film?
Wait, what we should do. So on IMDb the film's rated 7.7 and on Rotten Tomatoes it's overall rated 93 but the audience score's 86. So out of 10, out of 10 reels, how many reels would you give it?
See, I've done this because I'm sad. I'll give it a 10, like the 10. It's my type of film. It's my type of film.
I've rated it on IMDb and I'll give it the same rating. I'll give it a 10.
Like, it's
10.
great.
I don't know, I'd give it maybe like 7 or 8, maybe a 9.
But why? Let's hear your.
I don't really know. I think probably because it's like, it's good, but it just doesn't like push it that bit further for me. Probably because of the plot. I mean, it works well, don't get me wrong. And it's simple and I know why it's simple because it's more a part of the film but not the main focus. But I don't know, I can't really say.
I get
You know
what
what
you
I
mean.
mean?
But you got to remember, like, Lady Bird, me and Matthew, I think, give it a 10. Plot to that, just so simple. It's not about the plot, about the characters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think with plots it can be. There's a fine line between being too simple and too complicated.
Yeah. I think.
You have
I
to
think.
sort of go in between.
mean-
I think this film does that quite well, but I don't know.
To have a simple or really complicated plot, the acting's got to be brilliant. Like, it's got to be perfect. As much as I don't think the plot was fantastic on Baby Driver, it's hard to say what was great about it and what wasn't, but it's just one of them things, I think it's a film where you like it or you don't.
Rob?
I'd give it 7.5.
7.5.
Because same thing, plot, see it a lot. I do think the acting and the editing is exceptional, but ultimately I could see why people would love it so much, but just for other things, you know, something like films that came out in 2017 that I liked, you know, Logan, I think that's a better film. I went to see, the same day Mitch went to go and see Baby Driver, we also went to see Planet of the Apes, the last one, and after seeing both of them, because I've seen both now, I actually prefer Planet of the Apes.
Well,
That was a
maybe
brilliant
To
film.
what?
thinking about that, do you think
Planet of the Apes, the last one.
thinking about that, do you think that could sort of skew our opinion a bit?
Because you saw it first?
Well, yeah, because obviously, right. So personally, for me with films, it's like I usually go with friends, and then afterwards, sort of, as like we're walking out the cinema or like home or the car journey or whatever, like spend time talking about it.
Yeah.
But with that,
Yeah.
I guess we didn't really get a lot of time to talk about it.
Yeah.
So that could be why. But I probably would still give it the same.
Yeah, but War of the Apes might not be a problem with it, but it's just such a serious film.
I prefer
Yeah.
Honestly,
no.
no. Yeah, then that's fine. I think it just depends on how. Like, I enjoyed
I
War
liked it.
I enjoyed it, but I gave that an 8 just because of how serious it is and how.
Yeah.
Does it
Quite
take
a lot
itself
of
too
work.
seriously?
Not a lot of films for me would get.
I think it doesn't take itself too seriously, but and then you've got to remember it is a film about apes talking that aren't even they're not even there.
For me,
You know what I mean?
It wasn't the worst one in the Planet of the Apes franchise.
Mm.
Wasn't the best.
No, I would say
Maybe
probably the second.
second, yeah.
Yeah, definitely not the best.
But
Right, Dylan, what was your score? 10?
I give it a 9.
9? Why? How's that?
I mean, everything about it was great. The only like slight problem I have about it was like the romance. Like, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, like it was good and all. There was a reason behind it, but like I think the way that the interactions went, it felt slightly rushed.
Yeah,
But that's just what I think.
fair enough.
I'd say that especially with the second heist.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I know it wasn't more put in there to like I think that the thing with the heist is they more show the characters. It's rather less about them actually doing it and more about
Yeah, it's
us
a bit. It shows too
seeing
much like
aspects to characters.
character development.
But the second one, I just don't. There has to be a reason, and I know there is a reason because you see like Bats and Buddy Baby. I keep getting the fucking name wrong. Bleep that out. Yeah. Well, I keep getting yeah. Well, anyway, so you see Baby and Bats' interaction with each other.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like when the fact that they introduce them two characters and then they're literally gone like 5 minutes later.
No.
Yeah.
For me, it's just
True,
a bit.
yeah.
It's I don't know. It's just a bit.
I think
A film needs to flow, and that for me ruined the flow a bit.
Yeah. I feel if the one thing that I'd change in the film is probably the ending. I think the ending of it was a bit rushed. Like with the court case at the end. I think that was...
I didn't run that bit. The bit I didn't like was the at the very end when
Yeah.
the whole Jonathan Hamm thing where he came back again. But I did like the whole thing. Was I'm going to take the one thing you love
Yeah.
most and shot a bullet next to both of his ears. That was good. That was clever. Good. Happy? Done?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right. Now on to our game. Game.
Okay.
Yeah. Keyword countdown. If you don't know what it is, IMDb has keywords for each of their films, and basically you've got to guess what it is from these keywords, right? Well, I think Dylan's just Rob just seen first.
I didn't. I've
Right.
And if you
Don't
did,
worry.
I'll
I
try
probably
my
wouldn't
best.
know it. So.
right. So
I'll try my best.
number one,
I'm gonna be perfect.
overbearing mother,
Black Swan.
outcast,
Carrie.
reference to Molly Ringwald. Don't know what that was. Don't know who she is. Molly Ringwald.
I've heard of her, but
No!
Don't know. Pharmacy.
13 Reasons Why.
Nope. It's a all movies. These are.
Okay.
Movie comes to life.
What's it called? I don't know what it is. I don't know what's in it. Enchanted.
Nope. Death of brother.
I think I watched this the other day.
Is it a recent film?
I'm not telling you.
Oh,
I'm not giving you clues.
Right,
Come on,
carry on,
guys.
carry on.
Nobody left now.
I think they just stuck it on Amazon.
Laughing was Death of brother, wasn't it? Yeah. Stuttering of character.
This is just being put on Amazon.
Balloon.
it.
Yeah.
Rob.
I had that in mind, but like I thought there was
The balloon helped me. I was like,
I actually had that in mind.
It's
I'm just
no,
saying,
the
worst bit
original
about that, I've
series.
never
Oh,
seen
okay.
it. I've not seen it. So, and I've got
What? At the end of the day.
Yeah, I remember I watched,
I've
I
never
watched the
seen
original
it, and that's
series
how I think
yesterday
it
on Amazon.
Right.
It's on my list.
purely
It's on my list.
it's purely the balloon.
So
Yeah.
number 2. Yeah. The you know the kid. Oh look, I'm not doing this. This is just all only me.
Anyway, carry on.
Okay.
So film
That's
2.
massive.
Title spoken by character. Abduction. Photographer. Nightmare. Blind man.
Oh. Oh.
Reference to Barack Obama. This is great audio, isn't it? This is great. Maid.
The photographer's well, mate.
Neurosurgeon.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
Neither do
I don't
I.
What's
know.
that?
Wait.
Race relations.
No, I
I have no.
Oh wait, Get Out.
Yep.
Watched it last night as
Oh,
well.
God's sake.
I watched it last
Get Out.
night. How did I
No,
not
what was
know?
the surgeon thing?
Oh,
Neurosurgeon.
I've only just realised the Barack Obama reference.
Is
He
it-
plays.
Oh,
He continues the
Well,
lines.
I
I would have
yeah. Mm.
voted for him 3 times.
Wait, I think
It's
isn't
nothing.
the dad of her a neurosurgeon?
Yeah. I
Right.
didn't realise what it is.
Letting you know now, rating's a little bit easy for you. There's a link in between all these, and you get an extra point if you can guess the link.
Get out here.
Okay?
Okay.
What, including Baby
But you don't say it now. No. All these films. You don't say it now. You say it at the end.
Okay.
Okay? And these are gonna get progressively harder each week. Well, you know.
Alright.
Right.
Alright. Jesus.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Environmental damage. Short skirt. Eye candy.
Is it Transformers?
Virtual sex.
Ex Mechanica.
Flying car.
Oh, no.
Flying car.
Memory implant.
Total Recall?
Year in title.
Oh, is it Blade Runner? 2047?
2049.
49, isn't it?
I'll give that to.
I haven't even seen that yet.
Neither have I. I've not
I
seen
keep
it.
refusing to
I haven't
watch
even
it.
seen that.
It's actually pretty good, you know.
See? Not seen
Yeah,
it.
but the first one was too long.
No, don't.
No, it wasn't long.
I-
I just think it was slow. But it was slow for a reason.
Right. Ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mad Doctor.
Back to the Future.
Statue.
That's gonna go.
Oh, statue.
Destiny. Human experiment.
I think guys.
No.
Destiny, Human Experiment.
Sadism.
Ah.
Matt's face for the entirety of this.
He's got it in his head, but like.
No, I think I know this one. I gotta get down with it.
1918.
1918.
18. 1918.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
that's
thrown
me
me
off.
That's
That's
thrown me off. Then 1918.
That's gone.
Where's
Yeah.
that come from?
Pilot.
Pilot.
This is might be the one that gives it away now, right? So, Island Paradise.
Oh,
Come on.
Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman.
Here for that, just.
Right, last one now, ready? I don't think any of you will get this.
Oh,
just
this is
like
good.
the right, okay. Tape.
Tape.
The tape.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that The Ring?
No.
Ah, damn it.
Flashback. High tech. Mentor. Memories. They could hear what I'm saying it. Racing. Young versus old.
So Cars.
3.
Cars 2.
I'll give Matt that.
Oh come on!
I'm
No, I just gave it to him.
Oh, Linkers.
Right, hang on. Right,
Where's
so
it?
who thinks I know the link? No, only Matt. What's the
Yeah.
link?
They all came out last year.
There you go. You got 5 points then altogether then.
I thought, when you said what's the link, then I thought, oh no, this is too easy. This is too easy.
Exactly.
I
That.
personally thought like psychological with like the first three.
Mm.
Right, so Rob, you got 5 points. Matt, you got 5 points. And then Mitch, the winner, got 7 points. Nice, so we'll tally that for next time. All done here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Any final thoughts? Things you want to say?
It's warm in this room.
It is really warm.
Well, anyway, we'll just say that I don't know when this got out. Probably not in time, but we'll say it anyway. So Monday, well, around like I think what's that?
We'll say
12,
12 between
12, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Glassworks, be there or don't.
yeah. We'll leave all our stuff in the description. Yeah.
So,
So-
next week's film is
The Green Mile,
which is Robert's film.
Robert's film.
Are we doing another one? Not we?
What keyword?
No, another film.
Another
We'll
film?
do two.
Yeah.
We're doing 2 films.
What's the other film we're gonna do?
Someone talk whilst I find that out.
Luke's not prepared.
I am.
Dare
He's prepared for everything apart from questions.
Inception.
Alright.
Well, no one else
Yeah,
has
right.
films. Yeah, 2 good films.
you. 2 very long films. And
Very long.
We're not doing them on the same day.
Thought
Same day.
provoking, I
Just
think
letting you know.
probably. So.
Right.
I think with them we'll probably have more to talk about in terms of like plot. Because this was probably
And
this was probably more like music
Yeah.
editing.
and this is the first time we've all done a podcast
Yeah.
together, so
Yeah.
we're just getting used to it.
think it's
Format.
feedback.
Feedback, let us
if you
know.
want.
Slaters.
If
Well
you
done.
if you made it this far, well done.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I thought this is a lot longer also than I thought. Alright, anyway. Social
Also,
media's
Any funny images of us? Especially Rob. Because we like funny pictures of Rob. Put them in the comments. And they will be on the Snapchat as stickers.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
it, yeah.
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 Before anything kicks off, thanks for listening, giving it real podcast, week 1,
Yeah.
Baby Driver. We'll be
Bye.
back for more.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.